Cut. Hey, my makeup. Yo. Who are you? Honey. Honey.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Wabosha and welcome to the Slay Squad. This week's video is a sit-down video. We are in my filming room for the first time since I can't even remember when the last time I was in here is. And the video that I'm filming today is things that you should know before you hike Mount Kenya. And I'm doing this video for two main reasons. Reason number one is that I guess since our borders were open, a lot more people are looking into like staycations and activities that they've always wanted to do. You know, the one thing COVID has taught us is that really YOLO, you know. So I've been getting a lot of questions under the Mount Kenya vlog, and then reason number two is that I rewatched that video and in all honesty I'm like, why does it look all rainbows and flowers and sunshine? Because honey, that is not how that hike was. It really was not. So yeah, I guess in this video I will be giving you guys all the tea, everything that you need to know before you take on Mount Kenya. So point number one is how you get on top of the mountain. So there is an option of going up the mountain without a guide, which I definitely do not recommend, because as we were going up, Patrick, who was our tour guide, told us that actually so many tourists get lost there, and so there are even some plants that like gather water, and so that's what they drink from when they get lost up there. So definitely get a tour guide. And so which leads me to the first point. The tour company that you do use to hike the mountain is really important, because for however many days you choose to hike, 3 being the least amount of days you can do it in, it's really important to make sure that you can trust them first of all, and also that there are people that can take care of you properly, because 3 days you're already struggling while climbing up this mountain, and then you have people who are going to mistreat you and they're not going to treat you well. I feel like you're going to have such a hard time while you're taking on the mountain. So definitely do your research, watch a bunch of videos if they have some, look at their page, look at reviews, just so that you can really like have some insight on the people who are going to be trekking with you. The company that I went with was Jose Tours and Safaris. I will leave them down below in the description bar alongside their cost. Like I said, the least amount of days that they offer for the hike is 3 days, so that's where their cost starts. Point number two is the amount of days that you take to trek up the mountain. So like I said, with the company that we went with, it takes a minimum of 3 days to summit the mountain, of which not even only to summit, but rather to go up and come all the way down. So the 3 days is divided into the first day you get to the bottom of the mountain, and then you go to Old Moses. That takes just a couple of hours, and you can do it like in the afternoon towards the evening. Then from the first camp you leave early in the morning and you go to Shipton's camp. That takes like an entire day. And then now the next night you wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning, you summit, and then you go back down to the Shipton's camp, have breakfast, and then go all the way back to where you started. Now if you can save up, or if you can afford it, I'd prefer you do 4 days instead of 3. And here is why. That last day after you have summited, you come down, have breakfast. If you can just take the rest of the day to rest, it will make such a huge difference. Because for us, we first of all, because we took 2 million hours to climb, by the time we were coming down we had to rush. Like we didn't even have enough time to take a break, we had to rush and then we start going back again down the mountain. Now if we had that day to just, you know, sit down and relax, I feel like it would have made such a difference even with our speed going down the mountain. So definitely do consider doing it in 4 days instead of 3 days. Point number 3 is the weather, and I think I said this in my previous vlog. All the vlogs that I watched on hiking Mount Kenya, none of them, not a single one of them, showed that it rained. And when I tell you, when we were hiking, it poured. It poured. Guess what? It's raining. I'm so over this. Like the rain was so much. So the weather will change throughout your course up the mountain. The first day will probably be hot, so you need to carry, you know, like a short sleeved t-shirt that you can wear in the beginning, and then after that you need to be able to start layering. Now with weather, you want to make sure that your waterproof gear is top notch, because when it starts raining, it's just you and that gear. Let me tell you, by the way. And it is I'm reconsidering all my life choices, trying to think about how I got here to this moment. It gets tough, so you want to make sure that your poncho is long, like it's long enough. I didn't have problem with the length because I'm like 4'11", I'm like this tall, so my poncho was even dragging the floor. And that's the other thing, if it drags too much, then you trip on it, because I was tripping on it a lot. But you want to make sure it's long enough so that even your pants are covered. You want to make sure you carry your waterproof pants, your waterproof jacket. And the other thing that is so important is that the cover that goes over your bag to make it waterproof in case your bag doesn't come with one at the bottom. That is so important, because there's one bag of mine that didn't have the waterproof cover, and it's where majority of my clothes were in. So by the time we got to Shipton, a lot of my things were wet. And up there at Shipton, you can already start seeing like some snow. So you can imagine it is freezing cold, your clothes are wet, you need to layer, like you need to put something onto your body. And by the time you're up there, you can't tell whether it's even wet or it's just cold, you know. So make sure that your waterproof gear is just top notch to avoid sleeping in cold clothes, and also to just make my pronunciation today, to make your trek a whole lot better. Point number 4 is on the gear that you carry. There is 2 options. You can definitely buy new gear, or you can buy second-hand gear. For second-hand gear, we went to TEMBOH. It's in Pangani. I will leave the name of the store in the description bar, as long as with a contact number for the store itself. So we went there and we were able to get a mixture of second-hand and new things. Like the bags that we bought, my boots were also second-hand. And then for new gear, you can go to the Hub. There's a sports shop there, and for their new things, the price point is actually really good. Like a few of their new things were even cheaper than going to the second-hand shop. So I'd say go and do recce in both places before you buy, and then decide what you're going to buy where. So some things you won't necessarily be told to buy, but they will come in handy. For example, a hot water bottle. I didn't have a hot water bottle when we were hiking Mount Kenya. So we hiked with my friend Boy, and she had remembered to carry a hot water bottle. So on that last night at Shipton's camp, when I tell you that things were wet and everything, Boy gave out her hot water bottle to get filled with hot water, and I was like, you know what, let me just use this bottle that I have for water and get it filled with hot water, so that at least it can try and keep me warm for a while. Y'all, it got to a point in the night where the bottle got even colder than my body and than my surroundings, and I had to like throw it far away from my body. So carry a hot water bottle to definitely come in handy when it comes to keeping you warm. So apart from the hot water bottle, the other thing is how you carry your water. So this is what we used. This is I think they call it a water bladder or something like that. So this is how it looks, and the one that I have is 3 liters. So what you can do is you can take this, and then what you do is you put it in your backpack, and then you just leave a slot on your zipper, and then what you do is you just drink. It even still has water. What you do is you just drink off of this. Now this really helps because hydrating helps to prevent mountain sickness. Is it? No, not mountain sickness, altitude sickness. And so it's easier to hydrate, just like to remember, because I just keep it here and then I'd keep on sipping, and I didn't get much of altitude sickness until like I was at the very top. And so other than taking out a bottle and drinking, I found this much easier to do. So if you don't want to just put this inside your bag, what you can do is it comes, like where we went to the TEMBOH shop, it came with its own bag. So this can also go in here and then you put it on your bag. But then it doesn't really work because you already have your own day pack. So you have your day pack on your back, and then now adding this becomes a bit difficult. So we ended up actually just packing this in the bags and then just putting this inside the day pack and then drinking from it. And I think it's even cheaper getting this on its own rather than getting both. So I'd say just get this and then you'll put it in your day pack. The other thing again with gear is you need to be careful to carry enough and not too much, because for your porters, they can only carry a certain amount. So you need to communicate with your tour company and check how many kilos your porters are allowed to carry, because that way you can be able to divide between your day bag and what the porter is carrying. What you're carrying on your own day pack, only put snacks and water. Literally, that's the only thing that was in mine. Snacks, water, and like a mini first aid kit that I put together myself. So don't make your day pack too heavy, because when you start going uphill, it's a task. Point number 5 is that have zero expectations. Like really open up your mind before you climb. Expect anything while you're climbing out there, and also remember that your mind is going to be your biggest weapon. Like I mentioned, I hiked with my friend Foy. This was her second time going up the mountain, and the last day there's actually a point where we stopped at some, is it like a type of a lake? It was a really beautiful, almost green looking lake, and there was so much snow around and it was so beautiful, you guys. And what you guys did not see in the video is that we stopped there. I remember we're hiking, I was behind Foy, and then I just go like, Foy, and then she just turned and was like, yeah, I know. And you guys, we stood there and cried. I'm exposing us. We stood there and cried because we knew we have to get up. We knew come hell, come heaven, we have to make it up the mountain. But then we were so tired, we were so cold. My fingers, like you couldn't even do this. Your fingers were just so frozen, and like we were really struggling. And by the way, I don't recommend you go with the level of fitness that I went with. Just work out. Like take about 3 months before you go. Get your body in shape, because I think the main reason that we struggled is because our fitness levels are like at 0. So even after all that sitting and crying, after that we finished. We wiped our tears, we went a bit up, watched the sunrise, and then we made it up the mountain and came back down. And on the way down, I will not even lie to you, I was half like just sliding with my bunk, with my feet could not even take it anymore. So go prepared and keep telling yourself in your head that, you know, another leg, the next leg, and I think you will definitely make it up the mountain. Last but definitely not least is to take your time and take it all in. Like the views up there, honestly, they are unexplainable. It is so beautiful. The white, the everything. Actually, the one thing that I didn't do that I wish I did, I wish I took off my gloves and actually just felt the snow on my hands, because it's something I've not done before. It doesn't snow in Kenya, so I wish I took off my gloves and felt the snow and just, you know, to know how it feels, to make those 2 balls, maybe with my gloves on or something. But take your time to just take in the breathtaking view when you make it up there, because it is so beautiful. I remember another time that I cried is when I got on top like of the mountain, because I just got on top there and then I was like, wow, it's so beautiful, and it really is. So when you do make it to Point Lenana, take your time, take everything in before you start going back down. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. If you're about to hike the mountain, I wish you all the best of luck. If it's something that you've not done yet, especially if you are a Kenyan in Kenya, I do encourage you to take on the mountain. I will leave a link down below of everything that I have discussed in this video. And yeah, even with all the trauma that I have, Kilimanjaro next. I'm just waiting for the COVID situation to die down a bit, and I am definitely going to take on Mount Kilimanjaro next. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new to this channel, please subscribe down below for new videos every week. Always remember to work hard and have good intentions. Until next time, bye guys!